Good morning, everyone. Chase Patience here. It is 4:27 a.m. I've been up a little earlier than that, though, so I'm feeling really good right now. Although my arms are cold, it is. I just uploaded a $10 gift card to Amazon, and I'm so upset because this soap that I want to buy is $32, but that means taxes and fees, so I have to wait again to upload another Amazon card. But I'm not gonna complain because just say if I absolutely waited to purchase that soap, I have now $32.70 in my Amazon. I'm so happy about that. But I just washed my hands, so I have to put a little lotion on them. I'm happy about that. I just don't understand why I have to pay $32 for a bottle of soap. But the bottle of soap, I'm gonna be able to wash my dishes with it. I'm gonna be able to wash my body with it. So, and I'm hoping because I'm not able to see the size properly. I'm hoping it's the larger bottle. So I'm gonna stay prayed up and faithful and just keep on doing what I'm doing. I am absolutely upset about the fact that I have to get the soap there, but I'm not going to shoot my own self in the foot. I know a blessing when I see one. Sometimes we have to get to where we want to be, however we have to get there. And what I'm doing is legal. So using Fetch, gift cards, Amazon, purchase, hustle and grind. It is what it is. So as long as I'm not hurting anyone or something like that to get it. But I opened up my phone and I don't know what Fetch has, but they have this thing now. If you open up your phone every few days, you get to ring this bell. I don't know what the hell is going on, but I've been opening up my phone. Whatever it is I'm supposed to be able to get, I have not gotten. I can tell you that much. So now I have my $10 card. I cannot believe I'm looking back now. Um, I cannot believe how many cards I actually ended up getting. I don't play the Amazon, the Fetch games any longer because I learned some things about them games, so I don't play the games any longer. Being that I am going to buy food regardless, I will scan my receipts. It does take me a lot longer to get my points because I'm getting like 50 cents, 75 cents. The only time I can maximize a lot of points is if I buy something that I normally would not buy, although if I buy it, I'm going to use it. But General Mills cereal, I will never purchase again. So that's where I used to get a lot of my points from, but I won't buy General Mills cereal anymore, so I'm not going to get those points. I actually adjusted my mind to not caring about the amount of points I get and just learning to adjust to the points that I do get and remember that it is a blessing of kindness. So, and the reason why I was able to do that is because when Coral started doing Fetch, she started getting her little points and the enthusiasm that was behind her voice, getting what she was getting, not realizing that there were a lot more points to be had. And then I realized that that's where I need to be right there. So now I actually went to the Dollar Tree. Oh, I have to show you something. I didn't have to go far to get what I was going to show you, but I just realized I needed to do something in there. So I went in there to fix my Bible back on the table where it was. So, because I'm moving and shaking in each room, so I have things like in a disarray or whatever. But Beverly, thank you so much. I went to the Dollar Tree. Amen. And I have to say, getting out that day, which was, I think it was 2 days ago, I cannot tell you how strange it felt to be riding in my vehicle in February, the end of February, with my window rolled down. The cold that consumed that car and that took over my head was beautiful. I absolutely love the winter. Right now, my feet are clenching because I'm trying to have mercy for my feet, and you see my arms closed up because I'm actually cold. That window is sending in some freezing cold air, but I have to always remember what I actually need, and I need that fresh air. I absolutely love the fact that the air can move into my home and give me what I need to get. So I went to the Dollar Tree. Now there are people killing it in the Dollar Tree. They got these pennies and all this other stuff in the Dollar Tree, and some people are getting them, some people, but most of it is in the beauty section. I don't need anything in the beauty section, so I don't even really know what's in the beauty section other than sometimes I look in there because there's a baby section to see if there's anything in there that Miranda could use, like a little toy for her crib, but I don't have any use for anything in the beauty section, so I don't go there. But if I was going to take that stuff to the flea market and marketplace and stuff like that, where a lot of people are taking it, then I would benefit from that. But I am absolutely adjusting to the fact that whatever is for me is for me. I'm not chasing anything. So I'm not going to do that. And people have a way of trying to do, whatever you have to do to get your money in. I understand because I'm doing the same thing, but I don't want to go to the Dollar Tree, grab a whole bunch of pennies, then go to the flea market and then have people walk past me because they know where you got it from. There's a movement going on in these groups where people are telling people, if you see people who went to the Dollar General or stuff and got all this, walk past them, leave them there. And people are not understanding that it doesn't matter where you get your supplies from. If you're fundamentally benefiting and your community is benefiting, we have to work together. But the way some people are doing it, they're not doing it for the benefit of both people. They're doing it for the benefit of just themselves. Tina, I sent you a PDF yesterday. I'm not sure if I sent you the right one. I should have checked, but somehow I don't know how to get access to it and then look at it after it already removed from my screen. Not the page that opens, but the little piece that shows you that it's on your computer. I don't know where to find it after it disappears from my screen, but I'm working on that, and I need you to just look at it from a person walking by and just answer the question from there. Thank you so much. You're the only person I sent it to, so I actually need the input. I'm not going to ask anyone else for that help. Anyway, Beverly, I went to the Dollar Tree. When I went into the Dollar Tree, I felt so funny because I had not been there for a while. The Dollar Tree was spotless, boys and girls. When I say spotless, it was spotless. When I went over to the freezer section, you could not smell rodents. The management clearly has changed, which is beautiful. But the first row I walked down was the candy section with the candy bars and stuff, and I saw some cakes that I had not seen from I was young. And I'm like, wow, like one of those things called a snowball or something like that. I know when I was younger it was called a snowball. It was white with like coconut or something on the outside. I saw something that looks like that. Now the name on the wrapper I wouldn't be able to tell you because I wasn't buying that cake. I actually saw a few other goodies, but then I realized that although I could use a snack, I can't go backwards on the progress that I'm making, with my health. So I walked away. But this man was looking at me the entire time and I'm looking at him, and I walked to him and I stopped and I said, I should stay in this row just because of the music that you're playing. So then he started to smile, and then I said, but you smell very good. And then he said, thank you. Those are the blessings that I like in this world, when people give you what they don't realize they're giving you in kindness. His pass by air was beautiful. which means you can tell that he was bathing his skin before he got in those clothes and left his home. So those are the gifts of life that I absolutely love, and kindness is free. But I did walk over to the cooler section and I was almost tempted to get my favorite lemonade. It's not real lemonade, that's why I can drink it, because real lemonade I cannot drink. It will trigger my fibromyalgia. I was going to say it in a different way, but this is not that channel. But anyway, Beverly, I ended up getting what I absolutely went there for, and that is some journals. So now I never opened up this one, but it does say notebook. So I'm hoping it has some lines inside of it. And it absolutely has lines inside of it. So this is my journal for myself. And then I'm hoping to go back to the Dollar Tree and get more journals, because Dollar Tree, from what I'm understanding, is removing journals and a lot of school supplies. I'm not sure if I know but for sure or not, I had picked up this journal here. But when I opened up this journal has no lines. But I absolutely suck at drawing. Absolutely suck at drawing. And there's this man who paints, he's long gone. He paints, and I have access to his app. So I said, in my downtime, when I'm taking time to love up on myself, I'm going to open up this book and I'm going to draw with raggedy people I can. A little stick, a little arm, a little leg, and a big head, 2 eyes like me. So that's why I'm going to keep this journal right here. Now, this one here I didn't open up, but it says I am fuzzy. It says I am fuzzy. So I'm going to open up this journal. Now, I love the pattern, but I wasn't even thinking about the pattern when I saw it in the store. I was thinking about the fact that I was able to get 4 journals. That's what I was thinking of. Ooh, that was painful. Dang, man. My hands are really bothering me. I don't know how I ended up opening a site built on bracelets. With the leader is bracelets, knowing that my eyes are going bad. I can barely make a bracelet in my freaking hands. But this book is fuzzy. Kind of scared to pick it up though. Something agitated it. But this looks a little. Oh wow, that looks so much nicer on screen, because it surely doesn't look that beautiful in person. Dang. This book does not look in person like it looks on this camera. Absolutely not. But what I'm noticing is that when I lean it a little bit, there's like a little shimmer in there. Follow this one right here. There's a little shimmer in there. So let me open it up. I think I have lines. Yes, I have lines. But the texture of this book is not good for my hands. I'm going to tell you that now. So I have to think about that one. But I absolutely love it. And I don't, this one says I'm fuzzy as well. But I'm only opening up this one because I want to see if it looks off screen like it does on screen. So I'm going to open up this journal. I have to be very careful because what would be painful to me would never be painful to you. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Woo! So oh, that looks beautiful. Look at that. Now, what I can say is this journal is beautiful, but oh wow, I was trying to see if this tag comes off. I was reading something on one of the business things, and they said that Dollar Tree was going to make sure that you could not pull off the label. Now, I am almost positive that someone knows why, so I wanted to check for myself, and no, you cannot pull off the label. But if you had your own, I'm not going there. We're going to stop. Sometimes some things are left, because I may be telling you something that may ruin someone else, and I don't want to be that person. I'm seeing too much of that going on right now, and it's really not nice, because what people don't realize is what you put out is what you're gonna get back. So I'm not saying that I'm the most perfect person and I do everything by the rules, and I'm not trying to go there. But I would like to put this back where I got it from, so I can keep myself accountable up in here in this hole that I'm holding my love zone. Hold on, I dropped some things, and I would like to show you something, but I have to cut the camera off to hit it. I don't want some things in my view. I'm having some chamomile tea without any type of sweetness. So what I'm actually having is a cup of hot water. Absolutely. Mm. A few days ago, I had my first cup of coffee in 7 days. And I had coffee with creamer with no sweetness. And I could not believe that that coffee was not sweet. It just had a little bit of coloring in it. I didn't really taste any flavor, but I was able to drink the cup. Now this is why I'm gonna have to turn my phone off. You see all of that right there? I can't deal with that. That has no problem for most people, but that right there will bother me. You come back. I can't deal with it. So I did not have a migraine in about 7 days. I woke up this morning with a tad bit of a migraine, and I had coffee uh, yesterday, I think it was, and or the day before. So I have been doing a lot of moving and shaking to adjust my insides because I was going crazy. But I realized when I figured it out, and I used ChatGPT to help me. You know, I jacked that one up, but you can use your kindness and figure it out. Anyway, the sea moss that I'm taking in the morning is causing me the gas. The ashwagandha I'm taking at night is causing me the gas, and the black seed oil that I take in the morning is causing me the gas. But all three, because of the schedule I have them on, are working the way they're supposed to be working. So everything is moving and shaking the way it's supposed to. But in order to help myself alleviate some of the pressure in my stomach, I have to now work a little bit differently. So I'm going to get myself some type of little piece of paper to put right here, where I'm going to, instead of taking my sea moss every morning, I'm going to take my sea moss maybe 2 to 3 times a week. I just have to figure out my routine that I'm going to take it, because I'm a woman and I need sea moss, so there's no way I'm going without it. I do need ashwagandha on a regular basis for mental health support, as well as my black seed oil. So I'm going to try to reduce the black seed oil to a lower intake and see where my head is. Now, my head right now is not in the best way, I can promise you that. But one of the good things is I am not crying as much as I used to, and if I am, 9 times out of 10, I'm crying in joy. One or two things that I'm dealing with right now are absolutely beautiful, but I have learned that there are things that I need not share with others. And one of the reasons why is because not everyone is for you. So in kindness, I owe myself that. So I have this, which is good for me. I have this, which is good for me. And I have this, which is good for me, and then a possibility of this being good for me. And this is what I shared with Tina, because I needed help. I am working on not asking for help, because sometimes asking for help leads me to where I'm exposing myself. So I have to be of sound mind and body when I do that. I am going through something internally where I might end up in the courtroom. I'm trying to get in the courtroom. I'm trying to get in the courtroom because although I could end up pow shay shay, I have to give it the best try I can, because I wasn't able to speak about things that happened to me, but I have to speak now. So I'm doing something that's not as positive as I would like it to be, because it's going to lead me to the courtroom. And I'm hoping that if it leads me to the courtroom, that I have access to the judge in private quarters to speak to the judge about something, to release myself from something. Sometimes people, places, and things weigh on you. You have to be of a certain type of person to know certain things and be the person to say, I'm gonna take that to my grave. And the reason why I say that is because I will not be that person, because it doesn't sit well on my spirit, and I am not what people may not understand that I am. So I need access to private quarters with a judge so I could release some things with some form of protection. And I am using the only method that I have right now to get there, and it is Facebook. And it is not in the most polite, kind way, but it is in the honest way, because I'm not lying about a living thing. And in order for me to possibly get what I need, I believe I need a judge. So that's the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. It's not because I'm being antagonizing or any of those things. Sometimes we have to use what the Lord gives us to use, and freedom of speech is where I'm using it. But it may seem, because I feel like I may be coming for someone that is not bothering me, but it's not that. When a person does something and then they move and they move to the next, and that becomes harm. And when it hits the community, it becomes dangerous. And when it becomes a community of people that hold on to it and say, okay, we're going to let this go and forgive, because no, it becomes an issue. So I need access to a judge. So please, if this ever, and if I ever send you something in the mail and I ask you do not open unless something happens to me, in kindness, don't open it. Just hold on to it. And God forbid anything happen to me, it doesn't matter, and you feel like you may need, then you open it, because it is only what I have to do to protect myself. I am not going to be a ride or die for anyone other than God. That's it. And that's why I'm really happy about one of the products that I had made, that I'm sitting here looking at right now. And I'm trying, boys and girls. I saw some tote bags at a price that was really nice, but it wasn't at a price that was good enough for me, just in case they don't sell. I would have to be able to take the loss. Now, if I wanted to today with my $32, just say that wasn't an Amazon card and it was a Visa, then I could take it to another site, look for some tote bags, purchase them with the Visa card, and then take them to my kitchen counter and iron on my thing. But I can't do that, because the price that I would have to pay now does not allow me to list it online for what I would like to list it for, in kindness. But I can't do that anymore. And I'm learning that I have to take care of myself. And speaking of taking care of myself, I did something yesterday, and I absolutely had to do it. Now, because this is a predominantly food channel, I do share other things, because Tina was so kind to speak to me about that. And yesterday I went to Etsy. Now, I really wish I could have purchased something from one of my online friends, and I promise I will, but I don't actually want the item. So I did reach out to someone and I said, I would like your Cash App. I would like to send you something, but I don't want you to send me anything. And she never responded. And she saw the message, she commented and thank you, or whatever case may be, but she never sent me her Cash App. And I don't know if she felt it was insulting, but it was a bracelet. I don't see any reason why I would purchase a bracelet when I'm making bracelets for myself. So if I send you the money for the bracelet, in kindness, keep it for yourself or send it to someone else as a kindness gift. So I guess the understanding wasn't accepted or understood, but there is a little something in the air, so I left it alone. Now, this particular person that I have something of theirs on this table that they sent me. I would really like to purchase something from her, but I really and truly can't because they're everything is over $25. And in good conscience, I would suffer uh, greatly spending $25 that I actually don't have when I have a car part that actually fell off my car that I have to replace. So it is what it is. But yesterday I went to Etsy because I was working on my keywords and I'm learning to use some of Etsy to help me with my keywords. I bucked up on a post where someone was selling some bracelets and the bracelet was 75 cents. So I know the math already on Etsy. So there was no way that person could profit from anything. Now I do know what it feels like not to look for profit, but I could not imagine not looking for profit on Etsy where Etsy's going to make me pay them. So I did what God told me to do and I purchased the bracelet. The bracelet came to 81 cents and I got an update that my bracelet will be here on the 13th of March. Now, I'm almost positive that every step of the way, I know exactly what's going on. But I need to figure out if I'm supposed to do what I would normally do if I was the old Shay and tell that person what they did and what's going to happen to them in a few weeks, maybe about a month. But I'll figure it out when I get the bracelet. I can tell you what I am going to do with the bracelet. I'm going to cut the bracelet and I'm going to use the bracelet for my own needs if it's what I think it is. So there goes that. But I'm not wearing the bracelet because I have the bracelet already. So I needed to see something when it came to the marketing, and I need to see something when it comes to. So today I'm going to take my time. I'm not sure, but I think today is Monday. I hope today is Monday. I don't believe yesterday was Sunday though. I'm horrible about that. Let's check the calendar real quick. And I'm hoping today's Monday because I plugged my phone in because I need to make a few calls. But if it's Sunday, I'm unplugging my phone. I haven't heard my phone ring in a while. It's a beautiful feeling, boys and girls. Beautiful feeling when you just remove yourself and just take away the noise. But today is the 2nd of March. 2nd of March. Today's Monday. Absolutely. So I'm thankful for that. Now, it is 4:55 a.m., which means my rent check should be pulled out of my account already. And I'm happy for that. And then I'm going to call the light company and I don't really, sometimes I feel like waiting for the bill. The bill doesn't post until the 6th of the month, but I don't like to play in the sandbox. So I'm thinking that I want to call the light bill and just pay the light bill because I only have whatever I have for the lights. It's not like I have an extra $10 or something. It, hold up, hold up, hold up. Oh my goodness. Wow! Now y'all are gonna be like, why is she so happy? And if that person is you, get the hell off my channel because you're not my person. Bottom line, I'm gonna keep it real decent and real Shay style. If you can really feel that for my $6.48 that I just earned and don't know where I earned it, you are not my person and get the hell out my channel. Bottom line, I made $6.48. I don't know where I made the $6.48, but it has only one place it could be because I got paid for something that I wasn't alerted from, which means it is my residual income from somewhere. So it is oh my goodness. I earned $6. Wow! My first earnings, and it has to be a book. It can only be a book because I have a business thing. Oh my goodness. I don't know what sold. I didn't get an awareness. I don't have this is beautiful, boys and girls. This is beautiful. When I say beautiful, because My boxes are ticking, baby, but I have to be quiet. So I don't know what sold, but in my mind, it can only be one of my books, maybe a. But amen, that's all I can say. But my rent check is not taking out my freaking account. I'm not playing. At 5 o'clock in the morning, somebody needs to be moving and shaking with my rent money taken out of my account. I don't like this kind of stuff here. Oh no, I couldn't get it out until today, so maybe it's gonna come out. But usually about 4 in the morning, it's usually taken out. So there's my little 81 cents that I paid on Etsy, and I was so blessed, boo, to be able to do something for myself, boys and girls, that I really and truly have to stay with consistency. But I was able to finally do something for myself. But I kid you not, I want something, but I don't know if I really want it. And it's because I see other people, but I have to get away from that running with the crowd type of thing. So I'm trying to be easy, but oh my goodness. I made $6.48, which means the only thing I'm thinking of is someone purchased a book. So thank you, Lord, for that. Because why? I'm trying to make sure that when I am no longer here and my daughter's here, my daughter can eat. I'm trying to make sure that if anything happens to me, I can still have something to come home to. Because I kid you not, boys and girls, sometimes things happen to where you put yourself, but when you didn't put yourself in it and you got into it, it's easy for a person to say, just let it go. Well, when you let go, and you let go, and you let go, and you let go, it amounts to trauma that you can't heal from. And I need a judge. Now, I'm not one of those people that have faith in judges the way I might have when I was a child, because I see a lot of what's going on in the community, and I know that one hand washes the other hand and washes the other hand. But there has been a whole lot of dominoes. So when I say dominoes, I'm happy, because a lot of people were playing chess. A lot of people were playing checkers. Now, I'm not good at chess. I know a lot of people who play chess, but I know they got that ass playing chess. So I don't want to play checkers, because you have to be a certain type of person to win at checkers. And dominoes is in my heritage, so I have played dominoes a time or two, but I would prefer to play dominoes right now. So I'm staying in faith right now. I'm staying in faith, and I'm hoping that if I can land in the hands of the right judge, that he would equip me with the protection that I need to release. And I sleep here. I kid you not, this freaking mattress that I purchased from Amazon, I don't think I will ever buy another mattress. Now, my crumbling bed frame, I have to get a bed frame. Today, I get to look through my samples. I'm going to check and see if there's a bed frame. Now, I'm going to tell y'all what the problem is. There are 2 twin size bed frames, and that's absolutely what I want. I want to downsize from this full size bed back to a twin size bed, but I don't want to buy a new mattress. So that's why I'm still holding on to my full size bed. But I don't actually, I've actually been in relationships and I still slept in my bed by myself. So I really don't need a full size bed. I really and truly had one of the best sleeps I ever had in a twin size bed, especially when you get the twin size mattress where you need it to be, and then you get the pillows lined up and your head is tucked in here, and then you got your teddy bear under your chin. It just becomes a stage of comfort. But I don't want to buy a mattress when I have no reason to. So I'm going to see today if I can find myself a full size frame. I'm having a little pain in my hands. I don't want anyone to be worried. I hate to spray this because I'm going to smell it. Let me go in this room over here and spray my hands a little bit. So that's what I'm gonna do today. But I have a mirror coming, and I took off all my teddy bears off that wall over there. I'm going to put the mirror on that wall, but I need to go downstairs and see if my super would spare me a little bit of paint. And then I'm going to, I have some plaster stuff that I can seal up the holes with on the walls. I put little nails or thumbtacks and stuff. The only problem is I don't have the sandpaper to sand it, and I don't have the strength in the hand to sand. So I would need help from someone. But my mirror is going to go there. In my samples, there is a pink comforter set. I'm leaning towards seeing if I want to take that because I'm not really fond of pink, but for some reason I'm fond of pink. And it would go with my butterflies that's on my bed that I'm not going to change. Absolutely not. I cannot change my bed, my bedding. So I don't really want, unless I can put the pink on the bed and the pink show up on the top and the butterflies, because I have a full bed. I always get queen comforters because I like my comforters on the floor or leaning towards it. And then my top is a twin because I don't need it over me. I need it just to decorate my bed. So instead of the twin going this way, which would be across my body, it goes this way across the bottom of the bed as if it was a quilt. But I like it larger, so I buy the twin just to put across my bed from the bottom going up towards the middle. You've seen my room already, but I don't. I have something I'm going to list on my online store. It's right there, and I'm trying to keep it right there. But I have to say, boys and girls, some you have to stay consistent with some things, even though you may feel like giving up. Don't give up. Stay consistent. One of the things I struggled with was wanting to give up. I was like, yeah, my mind started going negative. My mind is right now struggling with some negativity, and I am aware of it. But there are some times you need to take care of yourself, which means I don't have to stay positive all the time. I don't have to just throw away my feelings. I need to adjust to how I feel, figure out how to solve some problems, and then maybe I will get the closure I need. Closure begins with me, but I need to make sure I do the right thing. So I'm really happy because I'm sitting here now. I'm looking at what's that money that they say passive passive income. That's where the 690 that's where the $66.48 is from. Passive income. I am looking forward to, oh, you have no idea, boys and girls, if you understood what I absolutely dream of one day. I had a vision a couple of days ago that I earned enough money to put $100 bill in an envelope without a return address to one of my YouTube viewers. And the very first time I am able to do that, it will be going to Beverly. I already know that. I don't know how Beverly is the way she is, but I thank God that she's the way she is. And I didn't realize it until another person, you know, mentioned it to me, and she said she's such a nice person. She's not just a nice person, she's a genuine person. And that's where it comes in, the connection between Beverly and I. She's genuine. And I'm having a little hard issue. I'm looking to see if it's past 5 to see if my rent money came out. But it came out. So, no, it didn't come out. It's still there. But it doesn't matter because I don't have anything. I'm just waiting to see if I have like maybe $5 left, maybe $6 left, because then I may be able to take that and put it on a bill that is due in April. I'm working on April now. So I need the cover to my engine fell off and it's in my trunk. So I'm doing everything in my power to keep Susie down in that garage. But It's hard to pay car insurance and barely leave the garage because I'm at risk of this, and this. So I also need to check these tickets because I completely paid off a ticket and is not the money is not showing. So maybe today I have to figure out how I'm getting to Manhattan, boys and girls. But Manhattan's not the place for me. Mm-mm. Now, one thing I do like about going down in this city is everyone has their own style of dressing. You would not believe the difference. Now, if you come into the urban neighborhood, now I have to be very careful how I'm speaking because these are my neighbors, but I'm not going to lie on my neighbors either. So, if you come into the urban neighborhood, you would see a lot of advertising on people's bodies for money that they actually don't have. So, a lot of them do. Please know I'm not being that person. But if you come into the urban neighborhoods, in this neighborhood, predominantly a lot of people live in low income housing, which means there should not be a dynamic of this, you know, on our whatevers because we really and truly can't afford that. And I'm going to use myself as a reference so that no one can target me and say I'm being a certain type of person to people of color. I'm using myself. I have no business with Nike on my back, knowing that the cost of Nike, what I can put on my chest for Nike, could put a few bowls of spaghetti on my table. And I can't see myself. Now, I do have a shirt that has Nike on it. It was either given to me for free or I paid $1 from the thrift store. I have no shame in my game. I might have paid 99 cents for it with low tax at the thrift store. So don't ever say, oh, I don't, she don't. You will not see me walk into anybody's store and pay for Nike out of a store with a cashier in retail. Absolutely not. I know a whole lot better than that. And that has nothing to do truly with where I live. I know where it's whatever. So that there goes that. But I'm going to tell you something. Everybody has a right to live, eat, produce, do whatever they have to do to eat. And I'm going to stay in there. But I have to also thank God for who I am because I am going to give back. But I'm not going to give back in the way that people think I should give back. And no one has the right to tell me how to give back. Giving back is on me. I learned a long time ago that I don't have to be nice. That's why you may hear a few things come out of my mouth, like when I say if a person feels $6.48 is not something to be happy for, just get the hell out because you don't belong here. Now, I would tell you a different way to get out, but I do have to remember I have love on my channel and people that are not accustomed to certain things. And I want to move into the lane that I belong in. And that means staying consistent with who I really want to be. So, with that said, whoever purchased my book, thank you, because it could only be my book. I know it's not my a tote bag or something like that, because I'm going to get less than that from my tote bag. Although my tote bag is like 40 something dollars, I'm not coming away with. I don't believe I'm coming away with more than $5. That I have no options on, but I am so freaking thankful because when I reach 500 subscribers on YouTube, I'm not going to gain money. I'm going to gain access to something else. I don't know what it is. Now, I wish it was Amazon TV. I'm dying to watch some damn shows, boys and girls. But I'm thankful that right now the most I can watch is other people's YouTube channels and then a few, Hallmark movies here and there. I woke up with a migraine and I'm trying to figure out where it could have come from. But one thing about me, I don't want to be a pill popper. I don't want to be a pill popper. I'm thankful that I'm releasing myself from some of these things. April, you mentioned the bracelet on my channel, And I was so upset that I put those two bracelets you saw me wrap up for my kindness gifts. I actually put them in a post box. And then when I came upstairs, I saw your thing. But when I went in my living room on my holder to take off some bracelets, I realized that the bracelet I had made in the video, I had another bracelet similar to that. So now I would like to ask if I was to double up those two bracelets, and when I say the bracelet, I mean the one with the heart. If I doubled up those two almost similar bracelets, could I pass that off the way you told me? Because I would like to try. I don't want to lean towards Easter, Valentine's Day, and stuff like that, because there's a lot of movement away from stuff like that because it doesn't really get people where they need to be. So I'm trying to stay in every day so that I don't have to keep editing keywords and stuff. I'm really struggling with that, but I turned on my computer yesterday and I went to Facebook. Now, I don't have Facebook on my screen right now. I don't even have the page. I'm doing everything I can to stay off of Facebook because when I go on Facebook, my mind goes towards the dark side. And I need to stay away from that. But when I went on Facebook, the first thing I saw was this moving bracelet. And I'm like, I thought someone stole my freaking bracelet. I'm like, did they thief me? So I looked, and it was the site that I'm on advertising. So I'm like, oh my goodness, I finally made it to where I've been praying to be. And I didn't comment. I just did the thumbs up, and I said I'm going to move in my own lane. But I kid you not, I have that page pulled up. But I'm going to say something just in case, even though I should be saying it on my other channel. If you have your own site and you're checking your stats and stuff like that, check your stats incognito. Incognito. I don't know how you do it on your computer. Let me see if I can figure it out. If I remember how to do it on mine. Okay. I think it's Control, Shift, and N. No. Okay. I'm not sure. Control N. Nope, it's not that. Shift N. I forgot. Okay. If you have an online site and you don't know if they're going to count your views the same way they would count visitors' views, go incognito with you when you do your checking of your words, your whatever. That way you won't add your visits to the count. And then in kindness, if you're going to other people's site, go incognito so that what they're seeing as views is not mistaken views by just people who are wandering in for whatever reason and not actually looking to shop. Um, I have my online site. Ooh, oh goodness gracious! Did I do what I think I did? Okay, I have my online site open, and I am not checking on any of my site unless I'm incognito because I don't want to give myself false views. Because when I checked on my site, I had 3 views that I knew were mine. I don't want to see my views. I want to see other people's views. So now I'm going to products, and it will show me views. Now I'm extremely happy, and I can tell you why. I'm really happy because I was on eBay for a while, and I did very well on eBay for myself, for a small creator. I did very well, but eBay has nothing for me now. Now, what I have learned about eBay is that you're really not going to get where you want to go unless you maximize those keywords or unless you pay to play. I'm not paying to play anywhere. I'm not paying to play anywhere. I don't have it to pay to play. I would be a fool to pay to play. What kind of fool you take me for? Huh? No, not doing that. So now I just came to my site. Yesterday I put up two bracelets, and they're right here, and I had to use a little sticky to stick them together so that I make sure that if they're ordered, I have to learn how I speak, when they're ordered, I can ship them together. But I made these two bracelets, and I haven't gotten a view yet, but I put them up in the middle of the night, so I put them up today. So I put that there. Now I made this bracelet here. Is the bracelet I was asking April about, and I put that one up. I put that one up yesterday. I have my little bin right here. I love my little organization system. I have my little bin right here, and all of these are what's listed on this one site, so I don't have to run around and chase up and search up if when someone orders. So I have everything here, some of my cards and bracelets and stuff. So I'm keeping it right here in that bin. So the good thing is I can actually see views. Oh, if you don't understand, then you just don't understand, and it's okay. We don't have to understand everything. But without a view, there is no chance of a sale. Now, my only downfall for these views is that there may not be views from who I need them to be from. But the blessing is when I popped on Facebook and saw my bracelets in an ad. Now I'm gonna tell you something. When I go to the site, there's this woman that always pops up on the front screen, and there. Okay, I don't know for sure. I could check right now. I'm sitting right in front of the computer, but I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to waste energy doing a whole lot of stuff that is just unnecessary. I have no control, no access, so I have to move and shake where I can. But I popped on the screen, and she has about 5 products on the first landing page. Now, a different shade would have been like, why does that? But I'm not going to do that. Everybody has their season, and whatever the reason, that is none of my business. So what I had to say is this beneficial to me? And when I realized that it's not beneficial to me, I just moved away from it. But something said, let me go 1, 2, boom, 3. I was on the third page. Now, the third page, no one wants to be on the third page. I don't mind being on the third page. Absolutely don't mind being on the third page because I think a different way. Now, I am the type of person that will go to a site. It could be a site with multiple sellers, and I do know that sometimes you have to dig to get to the gold. Just go to the thrift store and you'll understand. You go to the thrift store, you just sliding through the shirt, you say, okay, no, and there it is. You had to dig to get to the gold. So I am that digger. I'm going to dig for the gold. So when I was and I landed up on the third page, but not only did I land on the third page, about 5 or 6 of my products landed on the third page. So I was very happy about that. But the good thing was I was incognito. So if I had clicked on any of my products, I would not have given myself false hope. So there goes that. But one of the things that I'm absolutely blessed about is that I was able to learn on my own through trial and error one of the mistakes that I made and how I learned where I had to go. I had to ask someone. I said, I'm not asking you to purchase from me. I just want you to look at the site and just tell me whatever you think. And the first thing she said is that she really couldn't see the pictures. That was prime real estate that she told me. So I went back and I looked at the pictures. And now when I'm looking on this site, I can see where other people need to adjust their images. So I did something that I normally wouldn't feel like I shouldn't do, but I went to someone and I said, in kindness, I said, I'm not trying to be facetious or anything. I said, but and I told them exactly how to adjust their images. And I never heard back from a person if they were insulted or whatever the case may be. But I did land on someone on Etsy, and what she actually listed for the price she listed it at, I said, mm-mm. And I and her would have the very same item down to the very same everything, which means if I can figure out something, a lot of other people can too. So, in kindness, I reached out to her to tell her something that I was doing. And I made sure I let her know I'm not on Etsy. So, you don't have to worry about me undercutting you on Etsy. But I'm damn sure not going to list that item for whatever, because of whatever it was. It was not a bracelet. I'm going to tell you right now. It was not a bracelet. And then when she contacted me back, she led off in kindness, and then she made it clear that as long as I wasn't copying, that everything was okay. So she let me understand that she understood where I was coming from, and then she thanked me for letting her know. So in kindness, we have to help one another, but you have to be very careful because a person could take offense to things. But I'm learning now through my own uh, recovery that sometimes taking offense could be coming from something else. So that's also helping me remove myself from people, because you can alert someone to something that is of something, and no, 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 and it is not the defense that's coming from the fact that you're saying something that's not true. Is coming from the defense of the person not adjusting to the fact that it is true, and maybe it's something they need to work on. So I'm thankful. Now I have to tell you something, boys and girls. I am so freaking upset with YouTube. I have already maximized my watched hours, but they're not adjusted yet. They're not adjusted. YouTube is slow, slow, slow. But you know why it's so beneficial to me? Because I want to move slow with my YouTube. But there is some things I am seeing that I am happy about. And I can't sing, but I'm going to sing anyway because I love myself, boys and girls. You have to love yourself. I want some chocolate. I want some chocolate. I don't know the last time this girl had a piece of chocolate in her mouth. I am so, so thankful, boys and girls. When you can be kind to yourself and refuse yourself for some of the things that you want, oh, there's something that's moving and shaking to make sure I get what I need. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I am so thankful because I don't even know what book, and I have no record of sales. Oh, I pray that someone didn't purchase something from me that I had to ship out. I took everything off eBay. There is no way. There is no way. I don't know where. I have to really, and I should not have that 640 whatever in my account without seeing where it came from. Now we want to wake up and find money that we earn, especially earned from your own hands. But come on now, where the hell? Where did it come from? I really don't like that. Okay, it says no earnings in January. And it says no earnings in February. I don't know where it came from. Payments. Ah! Yes! Wait a minute! Oh, wow. It came from one of my books. Yay! $6.48. But Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. I sold a book in the United Kingdom, and one, two, three, four books on Amazon.com. I never seen this page before, but the book in on Amazon I profited 6 cents. The book in United Kingdom I profited 12 cents. The other book I profited $3.41. The one I sold on Amazon I profited $4.90. So that can only be one book. And that was 2025, 2025, 2025, and the 648 is 2026. Wow. But guess what? I can't see. It's paperback. That's what it's telling me. I don't know what book it is, but it's paperback. And it's 2026. Oh, December 36th, December 31st of 2026, 2025. I don't know what it's telling me because that wasn't 648. I sold a paperback and then I got 16 cents from somewhere. Doesn't matter. Thank you. Whoever it is, thank you. Now, it was a paperback in 2025, but I wonder if that was, let me check my bookshelf now. I updated a book, and that book was updated February 21st. So the only thing that could have been was The Secret, the book with the pastor, but I updated that book. I updated that book and removed. So if you have that copy, you have the only copy. The only if that person's watching my video. If you have that copy, you have the only copy that will ever be posted, sold in that version. Other than the fact that I have the original copy as well, but I realized that Shay's Creations, and if you understand it, you understand. So I had to go to another side, and I took the book down and I redid the book using the same title, the same. I realized something because I'm gonna get where I need to go, doing what I feel I need to do, and I'm gonna hurt myself in a lot of ways. But I'm not gonna have to, I can't worry about that. I had to sit down and I had to pray about it and I had to ask God. And I realized even if I lose everything, I have to stand on conviction for what I believe in. If you can't stand for something, you stand for nothing. You stand for nothing. And I would not be the person that I want to be to my child if I don't speak up when I need to. And I have to. So if someone purchased The Secret, that is the only copy that will ever be. So if there's ever anything that goes with me and I get where I want to be, that is going to be a very valuable piece of document. I would keep that in pristine places. So I bought a book from someone who's on TV right now, and if I'm not mistaken, she signed it. And I have that book in very nice plastic and everything on it. I know when that book's going to make me some money, but it's unfortunate, but it is a piece of the pie that I need. So someone purchased my book. I'm so thankful because I needed to figure out, because you don't want to spend money before you know that you. Oh, thank you. But I have 2 more books I want to do. This last book I did, I don't really know if my punctuation and all of that stuff is pristine like Coral would want it to be. I didn't ask anyone to proofread it. I said, and I made sure it's me, so I just wrote it. I have 2 other books I want to do. I'm struggling right now because I can't do the cover the way I want to do the cover because I can't afford to pay When I say pay to play, I mean pay to play, which means I can't afford the measures of access to things I need. And what I need is transparency, which means I need to be able to put an image up and you not see the background, you only see the image. You have to pay to use that. So that's what I mean when I say pay to play. So there goes that. Now you may notice that I did my board. I did this yesterday. I took some from in that room to put in this room because I'm predominantly in this room now. I actually wanted to move back into that room, but I can only go in there to do my bracelets and do a little bit cleaning up. But it is dangerously hot in that room. Even when the window is this wide open, it is dangerously hot in there. But my neighbor, when she plays her radio, boom, 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 and I can't watch TV in there. So I just unplug the TV. I do my bracelets. And I can't do my bracelet video like I want to because that room is too hot. And I start, my eyes start crossing because I'm struggling to see the thread, whatever you want to say. But yesterday I went through here and I started looking for some glue. Now this glue is brand new. This glue is empty. This glue is brand new. So what I'm trying to figure out now is how I can use something to dig in there, because all I have now is this, whatever's in here. The rest of this is empty, but I don't want to throw it away. It's waste. So I said I'm gonna go around my home, gather up my glues to see how much I have. I think I purchased glue maybe about 6 years ago. They had a massive sale. It was ridiculous how much the glue was. I left with every last one. But now I'm down to the point where I barely have any. Someone sent me these glues, and I found this one, and this one feels like it's brand new. If it's not brand new, it's just about brand new. I'm not sure, but I hope I can find more, because now I have one agenda, boys and girls, one agenda. And I just picked up another one. It's empty. I want to unplug my computer, take my computer out of this room, and come sit down at this table for 2 straight days and just make greeting cards. So I need to find my glue, and I need to find other things. Boy, this room is cold. It's about time I close this window. But whew, my leg cannot take this cold. When I tell you I suffered greatly in this room, I could barely walk 2 days ago. The pain was so bad. I made a bracelet while I was struggling to scream sitting on my leg. The pain was underneath my leg, the bottom of, the part you sit on, past the knee. So laying in my bed was torture. My knee touching the other knee was torture. And I kept saying to myself, oh, because I have not experienced that type of pain in a very long time. But it came from the window being open. I'm going to show myself some kindness. Whew, Lord have mercy, I can't take this heat though. Ooh, that air right there, boys and girls. So what I have in front of me now is something that someone sent me in the mail, and I'm going to try to see how I can use it. 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to use it on a card, but I may get a few envelopes and put a little sticky here and there on some envelopes. I saw someone yesterday open up a package she got from her customer, and she was so happy about the little bit of freebies that she has, and I was looking and I'm like, you know what, that was so nice. But sometimes you have to listen to a person's tone when they're speaking to see the gratitude and listen to the gratitude. I kid you not. But I did see another person unbox something that she had purchased from someone, and all of the little freebies, she said, I just wish she didn't put this in here because this is just garbage. She threw it straight in the garbage. I'm like, and I personally feel a lot like what she said. That's one of the reasons why I try to make sure I ship my items in a basic envelope. And I kid you not, I would love to order myself some custom boxes and all that other stuff. But I refuse to order that knowing that my buyer has to pay for that and then turn around and throw it in the garbage. I'm sorry, I can't do it. They have these little shopping bags that I could actually get, and now I could see myself buying the shopping bags and stamping Shay's Creations on it, but I don't actually see people taking a shopping bag that they get and keeping a whole bunch of clutter because it has. I don't see it. So I have to move and shake to where the person can save. Now, the listing that I purchased from Etsy that I paid 75 cents for the bracelet. I paid for the bracelet and then I went to the measures that be to calculate based on what I believe was the basic of wholesale that he could have paid or she could have paid. And that person, based on those numbers, owes Etsy 47 cents for the bracelet that I purchased. Now, just imagine. Now, I could really and truly just up Etsy and go into the person's certain thing and figure out some math. That's none of my business, so I'm not doing it. But even just to show you I could do it, but I'm not doing it. That's chasing, and I don't want to chase that type of energy. Just imagine if this person has. Now I'm telling you, there's no way I cannot do this part. I have to do this. This is not here. This is not being that person. This is just plain old curiosity. This is just curiosity, and curiosity killed the cat. So uh, mm, mm, I don't even know where to find it. Okay, let me check this here. Mm-mm. Boom. I want to see just one thing. Okay, now. Oh wow. Now somebody has. This must be him. I believe it's him. He raised it. He raised the price. That's him. He raised the price. Absolutely. I knew it was no way. I knew it was no way. He raised. I don't need to go any further. hmm I don't need to go any further. It is amazing. Oh, I love, 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 love pastel colors. I am caught. Ooh, boys and girls. I would really like my rent to be paid before I close my video because I'm trying to figure out if I have. It's 5:41 now, and I did so freaking well, boys and girls. I laid up in here most of January. I was in the house. I went outside I think twice, and I am so thankful. March, uh, I will be going to the supermarket, and I will be going to maybe my doctor, and I won't be outside anymore. I do need an eye doctor appointment. I'm gonna call today and ask them if they can please put me in because I don't know what's wrong, but I need vision care. I can't see. I can see the shaded. Um, I used to be able to see my face, but now one eye is right here, and the other eye is here, and my nose has about this much space between it. That's what I'm seeing. I can't read anything on my shirt. I can't identify anything here, although I do know what's here. I can't identify anything back there, although I do know what's there. But that's how bad my vision is getting. And I believe, I'm not sure, I believe I know what's wrong. But there's no reason for me to need these reading glasses to see when I'm not on the computer. That's not supposed to be how it's supposed to be. These are reading glasses, and I told my eye doctor before. I said I'm not supposed to need reading glasses when I'm away from the computer, but I need reading glasses even in the kitchen to do things, and that's not. So I had to do a little bit of moving and shaking on my own, and I absolutely believe I know what's wrong with my eyes. So I was talking to my mother, and she said, "Don't tell the doctor what you think is wrong. Let them tell you." And see, this is the problem, because doctors are just like everyone else. So sometimes you do have to lean and help them a little bit. So when I go to the doctor, I'm going to tell him what I need him to check me for. And that's it. And if he can't figure it out, then I'm just going to go to another eye doctor. And maybe since that appointment was canceled during the storm, and maybe since I went there the last time and got no results, maybe I should just slide to the left and go to another doctor's office. I can tell you why I don't go to that doctor's office, but that's the one who did my mother's surgery. I don't go there because he only has like 5 parking spaces and like 4 or maybe for the doctors. So who are you really benefiting if you are in this little space where there's nothing but street parking and all of this? I'm not parking at a meter for a quarter for 15 minutes to go into your office, sit down, and have to come outside and chase that meter. No, I have to park where the parking is free. But where do I can park now where I have tickets on my vehicle? Not nowhere. So, and I cannot cover another ticket this entire month unless I actually earn something. So it is what it is. But your girl is not sitting in this room hot. Absolutely not. Fuck out of here. Jesus Christ. Whew. Whew. This is why I have to deal with whatever comes my way. I can't sit in this room. And there's no way in the world. There should be a law. We need heat. I'm thankful for everything. I'm never going to be ungrateful. But no one needs this kind of heat. We're paying for this freaking heat. No one needs this kind of heat. In March, my windows open like that. That's not nice. I'm trying to figure out where that 648 is going, because it's going somewhere. But most likely, it's going to my affirm bill. I'm doing everything in my power to get my affirm bill down, and I am doing a great job. But they say when you earn, you need to reinvest. And yesterday was my day where the numbers was matching up where I needed them to match up to reinvest in myself. So I'm going to check something, and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to check. I'm checking Rakuten. Rakuten moves and shakes where I need it to move and shake, because I need my Rakuten cash back at 15% or higher to do the math for me to get where I need to go. And it's 15%. Woo! But I'm gonna do everything in my power. But I really, let me show you what I did. Let me show you what I did. I'm gonna show you what I want to do. Now, Coral, you asked, was I going to the Black Expo? I want to go. I want to go, but I'm going to tell you why I'm not going. Now, oh, that's the design. This is the design that's supposed to be on my t-shirts. And it says, God is the only ride or die I need. And this is what I want to put on t-shirts. So I could actually purchase my t-shirts in an abundance and stand on my kitchen counter and put my design on it. Or I can order me some tote bags and put my design on my tote bags. Now, here, I stood at my kitchen counter and I did these tote bags. Now, I'm going to list this tote bag, but this design is someone else's design. Still love the tote bag. Still did the tote bag, handmade tote bag. None of that stuff changes. But this design here, I actually forgot to put Shay's Creations on it because it's my design. So that's the reason why so far it's not on anything, because I need to treat myself with love. If someone can chase Louis Vuitton, Coach, all those other things, I need to build my tribe that wants to wear Shay's Creations. I owe myself, even if I have one shirt for myself that has Shay's Creations on it, I owe myself. I am not in this world living invisible anymore. So I don't know how many's in here, but I need tote bags, t-shirts, whatever the case may be. Now, I could go to Michael's in Mount Vernon, where I live, and I could buy the t-shirt from Michael's. Then I can get to the register and I can pay for the tax, and then I can come home and I can pay myself $13 an hour for labor, and then I could put my shirt up. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I haven't been doing that, and I don't want to do that. So I'm moving and shaking towards other things that will allow me to produce, recoup some of my costs, and then earn through residual income like I did with my book. But I need to be getting some gravy somewhere in order for me to show kindness to other people. Now, when it comes to my bracelets are predominantly listed at $10, where I did not want my bracelets listed at. But I understand now that I have no choice. I have no choice. For one, I'm not putting shipping on any of my bracelets. To the best of my ability, I don't believe I have. But if I ship through the traditional methods where I'm legally supposed to, there's nothing leaving here that should be leaving here less than $7 for shipping. So if I see a bracelet and the shipping is $7, 9 times out of 10, that is exactly where I should be listing. But I'm not gonna lie. There's no reason to. Any bracelet that leaves my house is leaving here in an envelope. And that bracelet is going to have most likely 2 stamps on it to make sure it gets where it needs to go. And there is a method to the madness. So if you get something from me and my name and everything's not on the envelope, I'm not trying to hide who I am. You know who I am. But there's a method to the madness that I have learned through being a person of the world. So some of my envelopes will leave here without a return address. And it's for your benefit, not mine. So there goes that. But I'm not one of those people that's going to sing a song and give up all my cookies. If you are a person who is selling something and you know you have the proper shipping on your package, maybe if you send it out without a return address on it, maybe you'll figure out what the hell I'm doing. But it's worked for me, because I've even had a person say, you didn't put an address in, and I could hear something, but I don't need to give up all the gravy. So I just saw a really nice greeting card in my head, but I got to get away from this damn computer now. This phone, bye. Have a good day. Love you all.